everyone. Thanks so much for listening. We got another episode. Full Body Cast presents Random Chats with Adam. We got a Bobby Martinez in here with us right now. How you doing, Bob? You're the
doing good, man.
You're the guest star.
I am the guest
this week.
I like that guest star. It's better than just guest.
Guest star. Adam doesn't say anything. He just nods his head. This is a podcast where you can't hear his voice. But
you didn't really introduce me.
Sorry, this is my brother Adam. Everyone,
Hey, it's Adam.
Adam from Adam Kenney Art. You might have heard him from such episodes as Bordacious. Gold Buddy Cast, which is Bobby's favorite. We've also got Random Chats with Adam. We've got Adam.
That'd be a good one.
I like that.
Yeah.
Can you find two other Adams?
Oh, Adam, and Adam.
Yeah. And then if you move them to the side of the table, you could be splitting the atoms.
Oh man,
dude!
Why?
Where have you been?
Yeah, where are you? And then with you two, we bobbing for Adams.
Bobbin for Adams.
Bobbing for Adam's apple.
I was about to try. I was trying to find a way to work in an apple pun, but
That's good.
All right. Well, welcome to the first episode of Bobbin for Adams.
Adam's apple.
that sounds too dirty.
Yeah, it
bit,
does.
yeah.
Well, yeah. The video content. Don't search that.
We got a beverage.
You know what?
Where's the beverage fridge at?
To your right,
Behind the chair.
Is there anything in there?
there is something. I hope.
There's some right down there is a beer, and there's a
Ooh, pumpkin spice.
That's been in there.
Seattle cider. There's no
There's no
It's
expiration
probably
date.
just from last fall.
Yeah, it was. We did. We
Yeah,
just did it.
batch number 76.
Yeah. Are you okay with the cider? Our
That
hard
was a
cider?
good batch. Yes.
Do you like hard ciders?
I don't mind hard ciders.
Well, it's a pumpkin one,
I don't mind pumpkin spice.
but
either.
it's okay.
Easy to please.
Easy to
I
please,
am,
Bobby.
I am, yeah. Bush tall can, and I'm happy.
Bobbing
That
for
sounds-
Adam's apple.
You know
very
what's
specific
crazy?
thing.
So this is a
Yeah.
true thing about Enumclaw. So a year ago, everyone carried regular Bush tall cans, like full flavor, right?
Yes, right.
Now no one carries it, and everyone only has Bush Light.
That's weird.
I
you
don't
know
like
a
Bush
reason?
Light. No, I don't know a reason,
didn't
but I
know they
don't
had
like Bush
that.
Light.
Now I'm not. I'm questioning if I've even known that.
Yeah. I mean,
See, if you're a city council member, you know these things.
you do, yes,
Can
absolutely.
you change an ordinance on that?
I don't
My
know.
first move of action. Today's.
Do you get a gavel? Can you just like?
That's the mayor. The mayor has a gavel.
Okay, dang it.
Yeah.
Bobby, I'm surprised you don't have one, but it's a knife.
I bring my own gavel. Gavel back.
You're like, actually, watch me unscrew it. Now it's a knife.
A gavel knife.
Yeah, and you're like, hey, I've already figured out 12 different ways I'm going to get out of here in case we get, bum rushed. I wanted to try something new for you guys. You guys, I feel like, are both music lovers.
I like music.
Would you like?
I want to start this off. Adam had an idea that I want to test on this one, but we're not going to do Adam's idea yet.
Perfect.
But this is me to test if I can do this and not get flagged or banned.
Okay.
Okay. So there's some pretty cool songs out there from our childhood. That I'm kidding. But there are some songs. I went down a YouTube wormhole. I recommend you looking.
There are some
a
songs.
wormhole or rabbit hole?
A wormhole rabbit hole.
Okay. Is it all from that one guy, that childhood singer guy you went and interviewed?
No, it wasn't Tim.
Tim
It wasn't Tim.
Oh, yeah,
I did have.
I have no idea who that is.
I've had
really?
some.
No.
I had some crazy dreams lately, and I had a dream that I was hanging out with Tim Noah, and he put together. Thanks for bringing this up. This was last night's dream. He put together a family fun center, and it was amazing. It was all centered around like you could go on rides, and there's games, and there's shows, but it was all about the in the search of the wow wizzy wazzy. I can't even say it.
That's his thing.
That's his thing.
Oh,
Anyway.
okay, I got you.
Okay, so there's samples, a lot of hip hop samples of songs in songs that you're like, oh, I didn't.
Oh,
like,
those are hard.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, so I want you guys. So you guys
Okay.
either get one. You guys get either. If you guys guess the song,
Yeah.
there's 4 of them.
Guess the original sampled song, or guess the song that
Any
is
of
sampling
them.
it.
Any of them.
I don't know.
I will tell you. So I will play the sample.
Okay.
And then you probably won't
Oh,
know
and
the
then name
sample,
either
and
the-
then you're
okay.
gonna either name the sample or okay,
Gotcha.
or name the original. Okay,
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, because I don't know what you guys know, but here we go. Let's hold on. It's buffering. Okay, here we go.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, this is the sound of silence.
Yeah, nice job.
Lauren Hill, New York. Rihanna and Jay-Z.
Empire State of Mind.
Empire State of Mind, yeah.
Nice.
So this is actually the Moments, Love on a Two-Way Street.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. So now you kind of get how this works.
Yes,
okay.
I have that on vinyl.
You do?
No, I don't.
Oh,
That's such a hipster thing to say.
that is definitely.
Oh, it's actually on my record player right now.
It's
I was listening on the way over. I have a record player in my car.
all right. Here is the next one. See if you guys have this one. Let me buffer it.
Oh, nothing but a G thing.
Baby.
I know it's an old Motown group. I don't know the original.
Oh.
I like that. I don't know the
Leon
original.
Haywood, I want to do something freaky to you.
Oh, okay.
No, Leon Haywood, I want to do something freaky to you. All right, so
All right, that was Leon Haywood.
Not being very
all
nuanced.
right, this is Big Boppa the Boppa. You just heard Leon Haywood.
Big Papa the Papa.
Big Papa the Boppa, the Boppa the Boppa. Don't tell Nana.
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca the Boppa. All right, here is another one that I've got to pull up.
Mm-hmm.
You guys having fun with this so far? It's pretty.
So far, it's pretty good.
So far, we have
rapid fire is what.
Yeah,
it
we have
seems
robot brain Bobby, who
Bobby's got it.
Who knows it immediately.
like. He is Bobby Tunes.
Bobby Tunes, brought to you by Bobbin for Appums.
Bobbin for Adams.
Adams Abum. Okay, here we go. Let's get. Come on, you piece of junk.
Bobify.
Boba Fett.
Boba
Ooh,
Fett.
Bobify.
Bobify.
That's good. That is good.
A Bobify contract?
Let's do this one. Sorry, I'm trying to get it pulled up.
Uh-huh.
I feel like you're not really prepared for this.
I am, but it keeps loading these different ones and ads. You know how that goes. Get over there. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Bum, bum,
It's Dr. Dre.
bum, bum. Da 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 da.
2001 or next
It's
episode.
the mother trucking.
Next episode. I don't know the original.
Brought to you by David McCollum, The Edge.
That's who that is, David McCollum.
David McCollum,
Oh.
The Edge. But yes, it was the next episode by Dr.
This
Dre
is-
and Snoop Dogg.
Was that like sounds like a Star Trek?
It kind of has like the
Okay, yeah.
1960s.
Disco / R&B.
Yes, and then here's the one
Sci-fi.
you guys will know this one. Super easy. In fact, I love the mashup. I listen to the mashup often.
Oh.
Often. Let me pull this one up as I put this one.
Saturday Night Fever. Staying Alive.
This is a good one.
Roswell.
This is a good one. And then we'll move away from doing this.
Okay, I'm enjoying it.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's. Okay. I hit play.
Uh-huh.
My phone's almost dead, so hopefully
Perfect.
this will load up.
See if you had a flip phone.
Oh,
I mean, it's nothing but a G thing. Not nothing, but it's
It's regulators.
Oh yeah, regulators. What's the?
Who's the original?
It's Michael McDonald. Or, the Doobie Brothers. Michael McDonald. I'm trying to think of a song name.
What the
Okay, yeah. Is it just Michael McDonald or is it the Doobie Brothers?
It's
'Cause
just
he's-
Michael
okay.
McDonald. So
What's the name of the song though?
I keep forgetting.
I keep forget.
That's the name of the song.
Are you doing the joke? Are you doing a joke right now?
No,
'Cause
I'm
you did a
not.
joke.
No, I really
keep
didn't know the name. I knew the
You're like,
Warren
no,
G
I know,
one.
but what is it?
But
I keep forgetting. Well, I know, but we've got to remember it.
Who's on
try-
first?
We're trying to remember it. I know, but I keep forgetting. So stupid. I'm gonna turn you down just a little bit, Bobby. You are
good.
an ear-piercing
I
son of
pe-
a son of a
That's what you
gun.
call peeking. I'm peeking.
You're peeking. Hey, why don't you shower with a Pokemon
Because of Pikachu.
at your Jigglypuff?
What? At your Jigglypuff?
You were peeking.
All right, at your Snorlax.
Snorlax. I don't. You know, I don't really know what Pokemon is.
We all
Like at
know.
all?
Never played. Never. Don't. Was it? It was a cartoon first or a game first?
I think it was a card game first.
It was a card game
I've
first,
seen the cards.
into a video game, into a cartoon,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then people had it on their phones and they're walking
into
in
a
traffic.
movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Nothing but that. net worth.
It's a monster battler. So you have monsters.
Oh,
and
that's
you
Bobby's
battle
middle
with them.
name.
Monster Battler. I feel like I'm getting a lot of nicknames here tonight.
You are. You got a ton. Monster Battler.
Is that me again right there?
Speaking of, yeah, but that's okay. Monster. It's all of us actually. But I think we all laugh right there.
Okay.
Monster Battler. You're good. I turned you down, so you can talk
Okay,
normal.
good,
You
good.
can.
Okay.
So Monster Battler. Bobby hasn't been on for a while. I've lifted the ban. Just kidding. So he actually messaged me a few times. He's been a busy guy, but he said, "Hey, I want to get on with Adam." He actually called Adam out.
Oh.
No, in a friendly way.
No, but yeah, in a friendly way. I didn't know. He's like, I like Adam.
I like
I feel like
Bobby.
Adam,
Always have good stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Adam's got some good things to talk about. But and so then I'm like, busy stuff, and then I actually run into Bobby. I'm an out of sight, out of mind kind of guy. So please don't feel bad if you've said something. Maybe you've said something to me. I was supposed to have Bo Rogers on here. I'd love to have Bo Rogers on with
Bo
you.
Rogers?
So Bo Rogers, he's from Eden Cloud Discussion Board. He's from Facebook as well, but he's a chiropractor.
He lives there?
He's a chiropractor.
Oh, I know that Bo. Yeah.
And so I would love to see you talk about how chiropractors are meaningless. They just do a bunch of voodoo, and
I'm not a scientist, though. I'm not qualified to debate that with a doctor.
You're a Martinez, though, and we all know all Martinezes. They are qualified to have. If they have an opinion, it's
Tino
fact.
Tino Martinez.
He's the
Edgar
first one.
Martinez.
Edgar, but no,
I'm not a doctor. I would never debate a doctor about that.
anything.
About some depends on, but yeah, I mean,
no, that's fine. No, that's good.
but I like from what I've seen from him, he seems like a perfectly
Yeah,
nice
he's a good guy.
Yeah.
No, I just but
Same with Adam.
Hey,
Like,
save it for the episode. Save it for the episode. Okay. Quit.
and you're an artist. I appreciate art.
Quit rolling over already. I need Monster Battlers Bobby to
Monster
show
Battler
up.
Bobby.
So
Knife check. I'm joking. He always do knife check.
I do knife check. Knife check.
I do have a knife.
He does have a
see
fanny
it.
pack.
Whoa.
Hold on. Let me see here. Hold on.
Oh, he has more than a knife.
He has more than a knife.
He has an arsenal.
He's uncut. For having a knife, you're pretty uncut. That is the Voyager.
That's a knife.
Very good, Bob.
I've got a set of keys.
Yeah.
A key ring
Hey.
in my pocket.
Hey, ever heard that the pen is mightier than the sword?
I have.
Because I got a pen over here.
Your pen turned into a sword.
I got a pen 15.
Pen 15. You remember that?
Yeah. I got a Pen Island. Spell it out.
But no, I'm low maintenance. I never. Yeah, Pen Island. All right, it took me a second, but I got it. Okay. But I'm low maintenance. I never care. Like
that's not what Liz says.
Yeah, to Liz, I'm high maintenance. But my friends, I'm pretty low maintenance. Like if you don't, life happens. You don't have to like. You don't have to like reach out and see how I'm doing and say hi all the time. If I don't see you for 6 months, then I see you.
I agree.
Pick right up.
I'm similar.
Yeah. So Bobby, I see him. I walk down to get my growler filled at Cole Street Brewery, 1627 Cole Street, Eden Club, Washington, 98022. Say a shot. Anyway, you get the gist.
Yeah.
So I see you. And it was the Valentine's Day walk.
Was it Valentine's Day?
It was the walk where when all the different types of businesses had the balloons, the pink and red.
Oh
white
yeah,
balloons.
that had the bubbles on the
Yeah,
street.
yes. Saw you, and pretty cool thing. Okay, Bobby, full on like the guy, the Cupid outfit. He's in a diaper and he's jumping around with wings on, and I said, "Hey, Bobby." And hey, they don't know it's me. And so I said, "Oh, Cupid." And you're like, "Yeah." Which I thought was cool. I didn't know that this was like
hard it was to find a
like a
diaper
Santa
that fit me?
thing. Yeah, no, it was
difficult.
actually a hotel bed sheet I saw. But anyway, you truly you said truly. Yeah, that's what you said.
I said truly?
No, you didn't. You said hey.
I thought that was a joke, but I wasn't sure.
I know that's what most of my people think.
Your
Adam,
people? What does that mean?
me.
Okay.
Adam said, or I said, hey, I want to have you out with Adam, and you're like, yeah, I've been wanting that to happen. I'd love to debate him. He seems
I
like
did not say that.
that's true.
I did not say that.
Okay, fine. Conversation, but conversation in Martinez land means debate.
No, you're projecting all of these things about my brother onto me.
Not just your brother. Anyone with the last name Martinez.
I don't debate that much.
No, I know, but you want to have a conversation. You said discussion.
Yeah,
a discussion about goals. a discussion.
I said
about
that was
goals.
one of the things I wanted to talk about because I was curious. Whenever someone has an opinion that's different than mine,
Yeah, you want to know.
I'm always curious.
You mean
about
fact? We don't. Opinions are fact around here. Go ahead.
it. This is Bobby Martinez, not over here. But no, whenever you have
for the people that get that,
because I think discussion is important, and I think that people are moving away from good conversation and trying to silence opinions that are different than theirs.
Yeah, it's enough out of you.
I'm generalizing. There's people who
hitting the
don't
mic.
do that, but I know the pen rolled into it actually. The pen 15.
the pen 15.
Yeah.
All right.
But I'm trying to move away from that. I'm trying to keep.
You're still
the
trying to
conversations
dialogue.
going.
You try to. So now that you're a city council member, city council member number 3, do you feel like you can't enter in as hard as you used to, or have you just kind of moved on from that?
It was a couple of things. Out of all the years I was debating on Facebook, I maybe changed 3 or 4 minds that entire time.
Were those minds yours each time?
Well, I changed my mind multiple times during that.
Yes.
I was influenced by stronger opinions and stronger through discussion. People enlighten me to things, and you have to be able to change when people do that.
Can I ask you one single thing?
Yeah.
Do you still believe an evolutionary trait is standing above people in and throwing poop down from them? That's where the master bedroom comes to play. Or do you still reserve? Are you still open to maybe that not being the case?
I think there's a lot of evolutionary things that rub off on us that we don't even realize, and I think that happens to be one of them.
What about wearing a fanny pack and holding multiple weapons?
But weapons are an evolutionary trait. But where are you supposed to hold your weapons if not in a fanny pack?
We get that from the kangaroo. It's a kangaroo pouch. Multiple weapons were held.
But no, you remember that was the leftover monkey shit.
Yes. Okay, sorry. So I interrupted, but you changed so let's go in on Adam. Let's kill him.
I don't want to kill him.
No,
I'm just curious.
I know.
So it was about the goal thing, right? Because my opinion on goals, and this is my opinion, and it's through some anecdotes and then through listening to smarter people than myself, and not all of them share this opinion. But my thing is that if I look online at most of the people who are always doing accountability check, I'm doing this, I'm posting a picture. A lot of those people, if you look at what they're actually accomplishing in their life, it's not a lot. So they're always posting up these goals. They're always posting up this motivational quotes. Go do a deep dive on a lot of motivational quotes you see online, and do a deep dive on a lot of people who are saying accountability. This time next year, I'll be doing this.
Yeah.
Very rarely do they do that. And from my personal experience, if you're really driving, so I opened up a business in July of 2020. If you're really dialing and driving hard at that business, I don't really have time to post what my goal over the next 6 months is on Facebook. And a lot of times from a business sense, you don't want to do that.
Right.
Sure. You don't want to tell, hey, I'm looking to make $100,000 next year off the people of Enumclaw.
Art of the deal.
Yeah. So that's, and then you people like Elon Musk says that he goes, I'm too busy. I don't have time to sit here but I'm also open to the fact that maybe there are some people, in order to get that ball rolling, they need to do that. Mm-hmm. That's my opinion.
So let me ask you this. Adam,
this is great. This is Random Chats with Travis and Bobbin for Adam.
We're trying to find you.
First of all, I just want to say that Bobby is sitting like a foot taller than me right now because he's sitting in a wooden chair and I'm sitting in the chair with a cushion.
Which is from Donaghy, 30 Rock. He's
a little bit.
If you're looking to debate someone, you take either make them lower chairs or take the chairs away completely.
But in my new car, I sit way lower than my old truck.
I don't even know that you had a new car.
Yeah, I told you the night I saw you down in town.
Was I walking away? Hey, I got a new car.
You asked me what I was doing, and I'm like something about early. I had gotten it earlier that day. I'm like, I just got back from the dealership. I got a new car. But anyway,
okay, Adam, go ahead.
Adam.
No, what were you going to say?
I'm writing it down so I don't forget it. Go ahead and
okay. Well, I don't really have a rebuttal type thing. I mean, we're
it's
just
not really
discussion.
a debate. It's a discussion.
So
he's trying to get us.
So frankly,
you're an idiot.
People who wear backwards hats, you can't trust.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Actually, what you said about people posting quotes and things and motivational social media posts.
Yeah.
It reminds me of when you see like a teenage girl with a selfie with like a quote that has nothing to do with what they're posting. And oftentimes it's like, only God can judge me. And then you're like, well, he's probably the last person you want judging you actually for your life decisions. But as far as that goes, yeah, I can relate to that. And I think that I agree with the things you're saying. And I think probably to get to maybe the heart of the discussion on goals in general and kind of what Goal Buddy Cast is all about is, and we haven't really discussed it too much as part of Goal Buddy Cast, but is the difference between end goals and process goals. And process goals are, well, first of all, end goals are what a lot of people make, which is like, I'm going to, like you said, I'm going to make $100,000 by next year, or I'm going to be in great shape, you know, and it's kind of like vague in some sense, or it's one of these things that if you don't meet it, you like, it has a negative impact on your psyche or whatever, your motivation. But if you make a process goal, which is like every day I'm going to do like 10 push-ups, right? And you, that's more of a, I'm not thinking about the end goal necessarily. I'm thinking about what I'm doing to maybe keep myself, well, not even keep myself moving, but like what can I do that's measurable, achievable, and will stack on itself, sort of a thing. If you're kind of actually making a plan rather than just kind of some vague notion. But I think in terms of Goal Buddy Cast, we've just kind of left it open for people, listeners, to just be like, hey, you know, we don't want to put a bunch of pressure on you. Like we can talk about these things and say like, maybe process goal is a better way to approach something.
You know, that's, we haven't really, I mean, I know we've touched on it. Well, when we've done Goal Buddy Cast, it hasn't been like, because the typical goal is someone like, I want to lose 50 pounds or I want to be, you know, no, we're not going to really focus on, I mean, if you, that is, but maybe your goal is that you want to do something a little bit, like, I want to put a garden in. Something small, you know, something, and then how are you gonna get there? And breaking that down. Go ahead, Bob.
So what's the purpose? So before I move on to my question is, so just want to clarify, I have no problem with Goal Buddy Cast.
Yeah.
It was that, so this all started from him, Travis messaging me, asking me about what my goals were. You asked me, it was a question something along the lines.
And here's the reason why. Let me clarify with that too. I feel like you should have goals, and you got nothing going in your life right now. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. I hit all of the Full Buddy Cast past hosts and guests,
Fair enough,
and kind of get them involved, and the constant listeners that like to comment or like to hit me up. So that's why
I've got no problem with Goal Buddy Cast, and I've got no problem with anybody doing anything that is going to have like measurable improvement on their life.
Right.
Now, if you get in a non-measurable, like there's no like non. Okay, so this actually, my question's better than what I was about to say. So my thing is that I don't know many people who are vocal about their goals, who achieve those goals. That's my thing. So think back to all the people that have, and maybe this isn't the case with the Goal Buddy Cast, but I've listened to a couple episodes, and think back to the people who have wrote in with their goals. How many of them have actually followed through and achieved those goals?
So it depends on the goal. So one I can say right now was the garden one. That was Casey Scott. Casey wanted to put it in a garden.
Now, was this you reaching out to them and asking them, or they volunteering their? Because there's a difference.
No,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I'll let you talk. But I would ask at the end of the first 2 episodes, hey, let us know your goals. And then for that month, not for the rest of the year, for that month, process goals or just regular goals.
Yeah, for sure.
And she reached out. And then each month I would then...
That's awesome.
I would prod her and prod others and say, okay, how are your goals going? How are your goals going? How are your goals going? And then I would give an update. And there was a point where and this is the interesting thing that I've learned of doing Goal Buddy Cast, was that people will try something and realize it wasn't what they were, it was actually not helping them. And it wasn't something that they really wanted to do. So they would adjust it. They would go, wait a second, I know that I said I wanted to get these things planted, or let's just say a garden, but I actually wasn't able to dry out the seeds long enough. So instead of putting out these, I put these out instead, which I'm happy about and actually kind of want those more. So as they're doing their process, they're learning that it's not exactly what they were going for in the end.
So I guess that's also part of the problem, though, right? The fact that you could be spending a lot of time and effort trying to achieve goals that might not give you the end result you're looking for. So maybe your time would be served better researching, looking into, and then implementing what you could be doing that would actually get you closer to what you're actually
Which
looking
I
to
think is a
achieve.
process goal, though. Because for me, I just want to research how to do video content. And that was one of my goals. And I was very intimidated. I could have said, I'm going to go make video content. And I probably wouldn't achieve that.
Yeah.
So I had to make it smaller. I'm just going to read some articles and see what I need to do and download a program and kind of mess with it just a little bit. Doing it, I realized I don't really want to. Actually, I kind of don't want to do that. So
Is it that you don't want to do it because it seems, pardon me, sorry about that, because it seems too...
that's our timer on people talking, so that's good.
Is it part of the reason you don't want to do it, though, is because it seems too daunting, and maybe if you had an easier way to learn it, it might be something that you do want to do?
Possibly. As I was learning it, I kind of at that point went, you know what? Maybe this isn't what I want to spend my time on at this moment. Go ahead, Adam.
Oh, I don't know what I was going to say necessarily, but I do think that part of life is having whether like long-term or short-term visions. And it could be that thread you follow for a little while, that goal you set or whatever, whether it's measurable or not, it can get you to a point that you didn't expect. And so I think that there is a for the person who goes a certain distance with something and doesn't achieve or maybe shifts gears and says, you know what, I have to adapt to this because I didn't quite know what I was getting into. So I'm going to kind of call an audible here and go in a different direction, or I'm going to say, you know what, this isn't for me. I'm going to try something else. I don't think that they have sort of failed in the traditional sense, but I think that they've failed forward in a sense in that they haven't wasted their time necessarily. They've instead learned through that process that this isn't
Absolutely.
exactly what I wanted it to be, and maybe I can either keep going with this, because sometimes it's a matter of kind of just like keep going until you break through that wall and you find the diamonds on the other side, right? But sometimes it's changing paths because this isn't actually the hole that I want to dig.
I agree.
So,
I just think doing that privately is better. So because
I think there's validity to that.
I was going to ask you this. We know people, we all have people in our lives that, and I'm not talking counseling, but we have people that may go to an anonymous group. They're vocal within that group, but they're not walking around.
But why? So why the need for the group? I guess.
So let's just say Alcoholics Anonymous. Okay.
You know that their success rate is like a couple of percent.
Well, I know people.
I'm just letting you know that if you really look at the data, Alcoholics Anonymous success rate is very, very small.
Sure, but support groups, I was just listening to Jordan Peterson talk about this recently, where he was citing statistics that said support groups where a person will actually, half of the problem is somebody, or half of the solution is somebody admitting they have a problem and being able to learn from those around them or others who have also confronted
having good
that
mentors
problem.
and a good group of people.
So
around
maybe
you.
AA isn't the best example, but at least having some sort of a group that you might want to
like a friend circle,
broach some ideas. Sure,
Right, but the friend circle, well, we won't go down that point.
Oh,
But
can I finish?
But
Okay,
you're
go
saying
ahead.
you were saying quiet. You said vocal in the first part, and which you were saying why did it have to be vocal, and now you're saying why can't you just keep that to yourself and do it?
Here's the thing. So for me, and maybe it's this old like pride mentality or something, but people have to be taken at their word. So say you look at someone online and they're learning along the way. They're making these goals. They're getting into it. They're realizing it's not working. They're not achieving that goal. They do that 7 or 8, 9, 10 times in front of people. They keep setting these goals. They're never achieving these goals. No matter what, people are going to start thinking of you differently because you're being vocal about these things. You're not achieving them. You're changing course. You're changing course. You're diminishing your.
I agree with that.
I
I
do
definitely,
too.
yeah. There's people that I've seen online. Keep going.
So that's why I advocate for being a silent assassin. So I have goals. I have lots of goals, and I achieve those goals relatively often, and sometimes I don't achieve them because over the year I used to achieve way less of them when I was younger, and over the years I got smarter and I set realistic, attainable goals because you want to have those wins in your column and you want to keep building on that momentum. But I'm very, very as I've gotten older, I've gotten less and less vocal about those, because when I say something, I want people to know that I'm going to follow through and it is going to be done. I don't want to be the kind of person, well, yeah, he says a lot, but what does he actually accomplish?
Sure.
I don't want to be that person.
Did you know?
I was just going to ask, did you learn that the hard way through
Absolutely.
having overshared?
Absolutely. And I was always, and I'm still guilty of it, and I still constantly work of it. I'm a talker.
Yeah.
I talk and I say things, and I want to do this and I want to do that, and I have these big aspirations, and I'm vocal about them. And then in business, it actually hurt me in my 20s, because if you're around a bunch of business people talking about what you want to do and talking about your goals, you never achieve those. Yeah. Why are they going to invest in you, and why are they going to bet on you when this person over here is not doing a lot, not talking a lot, but he's achieving a lot?
Sure. Right.
So I'm gonna flip the script on this one. Okay, it's same down the same path. Did you have something before I flip the script? It's the same topic.
I just wanted to say real quick, because I don't know where you're going to flip this to, but I know that I think if you were to put me on a spectrum, I'd be more on the creative side of the spectrum.
Absolutely.
As a creative, I can tend to have a lot of ideas, and then I can get excited about them, kind of like you were talking about.
100%.
And I want to share them, and I want to get other people excited. And then, but because I'm a creative, sometimes the idea doesn't actually come to any sort of fruition, and because I get onto other ideas and things like that. And sometimes the satisfaction for me is in the idea itself and the expression of the idea. And then it's like, okay, well, I mean, it'd be cool to follow through on it, but there's some amount of satisfaction. But ultimately, there's kind of a sense of frustration with myself that I had this idea, I shared it, I didn't do anything with it.
I think it's the following through. Just a second. I think it's the following through, because what I was going to say was down that path.
Yeah.
In the past, when you've done something that you feel guilty about, let's say you've wronged somebody, or there's something to where you feel like you need to go confess it, and I'm not talking in a religious manner, but I'm just maybe in a religious manner, but you go and the only reason you tell that person to say that you say you're sorry is to relieve your guilty conscience, but you don't really look to follow through with the change. So you're like, oh man, let's just take gambling for instance. I could tell Jamie, hey, I'm gonna go gamble, and then I over gamble, and then I feel like a big piece of crap, man. I shouldn't have done that, and I feel bad. I should change my ways. I shouldn't gamble as much. I should set boundaries. I should not go on this day, and I should not go alone. I should bring my debit card.
It's discipline that you're lacking.
Exactly, follow through. I think discipline. We're saying the same word with that, but then I feel bad, so I go to Jamie and I go, hey, so I overlost. Well, I'm an idiot, right? And she's like, yeah, you shouldn't do that. And then I take my verbal beating, and then I go, I feel so much better. But I don't actually do anything to change that.
And eventually that adds up.
And eventually I do it again and do it again.
Eventually it adds up and starts taking tolls on people when I'm not saying you and Jamie.
Right.
I'm being general here, but it'll take a toll on the people in your life, like they keep resorting to this same thing. So then you need an investment for a business. And over the past decade, you've set 15 goals, maybe achieved 2 of them, and you've changed course because you've learned along the way with the other ones that that's not really what you wanted. How are you going to go ask someone to invest into this vision that you have moving forward? But I'm with you. So part of the reason, Adam, that I'm an artist and a creative too, and I'm a big dreamer.
Yeah.
I have a lot of these big dreams that I want to do. And it, like I said, through a huge process of failing multiple times in my 20s, I had to learn the hard way that one of my mentors, Dave, if you're out there listening, Dave Russell, awesome guy. He told me one time, like he was a business partner and a mentor. He took me as he walked in, he goes, patted me on the back, and he goes, you need to talk less and do more. And then I was like, or I slowly started following.
And you're like, I'm totally gonna do that because I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna do that right now. I heard it. I listened. I heard it. I said it. I'm gonna do it.
But I did over time. It wasn't like a.
Yeah.
Very rarely are things like a switch flips.
Yeah.
But I would catch myself then. I'd be like, have a couple drinks and you're out with a bunch of people and I start talking. And then I'm like, sit there and like, I got to take a step back. And then I would just take that step back and I'd kind of be quiet.
Yeah, I've definitely felt myself. So I have my boss, Michael, he's a great friend in this sense that he has a couple businesses and we've had many conversations along these lines, and he's told me many times, like, you need to stop telling me your dreams, because every time you tell me your dreams, it's less that he loses respect for me or something,
of
but
course,
it's more that he's like, I get disappointed when I see you not follow through because I get excited for your dreams and you express them with such clarity and then nothing happens from it. And I think you'd be better off keeping those things to yourself, especially if they're big dreams, in order to almost like keep the drive and keep it within you until it actually gets physically manifested, like actually realized, So,
like even opening the gym, I didn't tell anybody until like we had signed the lease.
Well, two things. I got to say this real quick. Two things. Bobby, I've noticed that. Now, I didn't know that that's what you were working on. You have become less and less on social media, I feel like you were like every 3 days it was Bobby's photography and Bobby's video and Bobby's this, and then it would be Bobby's jiu-jitsu and so it was like, where is he going with this thing? It's like almost a fantasy factory, right? So it's like, where is he going with this? And I've noticed that you have taken like 10 steps back on social media, and you've shared not as much, but when you do share, like I understand your vision a little bit more, right?
I'm trying to communicate more clearly, because when you run multiple entities, so like I have my photography thing and I'm doing prints and stuff, and then you have the gym and I have city council, you have to kind of decide, am I going to brand the business or am I going to brand us? So creating different brands for all those different businesses was kind of hard, and figuring out where they fall into place. Like, where does this fall in with my personal Facebook?
Right.
Where does it, do I combine the jiu-jitsu and gym? Do I keep them separate? Do I combine the photography? Do I combine that with so now I have the YouTube and I have the photography. Those are kind of their own thing. Then I have the gym and I have jiu-jitsu, and then I have city council, and I found a good medium of separating all of them out. And Liz posts way more about the gym than I do. She's kind of the face of the
and she does a great job with that too, and keep people engaged. Though the other thing I was going to say is, I was going to ask you, straight point blank, ask you, what's the harm in someone saying mini goals and they're accomplishing those goals? If they're accomplishing those goals, are you one thing is to say, I'm going to lose 150 pounds in a year. Okay, that's a big goal, and hopefully you do it, but probably not.
It's a very hard thing to do.
But if they say something like, I'm going to read a book a month, and I've read my book a month, and there's smaller goals, something to kind of, I'm not going to waste my time watching TV. I'm going to cut my phone screen down in half. Stuff like that.
Well, at a certain point, when does it move from setting goals to just life commentary?
Do you mean like life commentary, like social media?
Like if it's easy, if you're going to knock out X amount of books in a year, okay, like, is that something that you had trouble doing? Why is that a goal and not just something that you're choosing to do? Like, what's the point of making that a goal? Like, that's something you do anyway. Okay, cool. You can come across. I guess the danger is you can come across pretentious.
I get. Well, I could see that, but I get like saying like, hey, I'm going to wake up every morning. That's my goal. Well, yeah, duh. You're already going to wake up every morning. But for those people that feel like, hey, I'm realizing I'm wasting a ton of time watching TV, so I'm gonna cut that in half, and I'm gonna read a book instead.
Yeah. That would be a better goal.
See, that's the type of goals that we have, though. That's the thing. Like the goals that we have that people will message us and say, it's not like I'm quit drinking. It's like I'm going. I want to focus on making sure my kids' homework is done every week.
Yeah.
There's
no harm in that, man. Like,
because you get off. Here's the thing. The only reason I'm saying that is because I know it's stuff that you should be doing. That's the thing, but people aren't.
So what's the reason for sharing it?
Well, because then you have a little bit more accountability, where you can say,
I kind of see now. I view it differently than that. The reason why I would share it isn't because of accountability. It's more so because if somebody else is on a similar wavelength than me, and they're listening to the podcast, they might be inspired.
That's a valid point. That's a great point. That's a good reason to share that.
So bringing others along and encouraging others, kind of thing.
Yeah, like if you want to create a community around something, then cool, create that community. I'm just saying, be cautious.
Yeah.
Don't put a bunch of stuff out there. Don't put all your big dreams out there and let people see you. I mean, I fail at them. And if you are going to achieve those goals, then that's cool. But maybe you're better off keeping that to yourself and showing. So there's this thing when you make movies, it says, don't tell people, show people. When you make movies, right? Yeah. You don't want to have a bunch of text on a screen. You don't want to have these long monologues. You want to have flashback scenes. You want to be showing people. Same thing in life. In my opinion, I think it's just better to show people instead of telling people. Now, there is validity in creating a community, a supportive community around you that can rally behind you and give you help when you need it. But just my caution is before you put that goal out there, is it going to be better for you to show people instead of tell people? And if you can say yes to that, then show them. Don't tell them. Have you given 30 goals in the past 2 years, achieved 5 of them, but everyone's seen you fail at the other 25 or not? I don't like the word fail.
Sure.
Have they seen you not achieve the other 25? If so, maybe you should start showing people more and telling people less. That was my only.
Now
critique.
I understand that. That's a good. I understand that.
But I also think that it some of it depends on how large your goal is or how small your goal is,
Absolutely.
and how lofty it might be, and I think that can be different from large or small.
Absolutely.
But I think that if a person, let's say, person A or myself, for instance, like in November last year, I wrote a book. I had it on my website. I felt really good about it, so I wanted to write another book. But December, the holidays happened. I was planning on writing a book about artist block sort of thing, like writer's block, artist block stuff, and I got derailed from that, and I did fail at that. You
didn't achieve it.
I didn't achieve it, right? So. But I think if you go out on a limb, sometimes it's good to be humbled in some respect, because you said already that you kind of learned the hard way not to talk so much, but to show. And I think sometimes you get that little bit of reality. I'm not prescribing that people do this, but I'm just saying sometimes you get a reality check if you do throw out there, I'm going to be doing this and doing that, and then you don't, and you realize that you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden it's and you don't even need them necessarily to be like, oh well, you didn't do that. If you realize it yourself, you have enough self-awareness, which maybe that's what's lacking is self-awareness.
Absolutely. There's a lot of people that lack that.
Right. But you might be able to, everybody lacks it to some extent. Right. But like, if you lack it to the extent where you're like, oh, I didn't even realize that I said all these things I was going to do and I didn't do them. But if you do realize that, you might be humbled by that. And I think humility is a good thing, especially in terms of setting goals for yourself and achieving things. So
I agree.
I think the Goal Buddy cast, to be maybe more practical with what we try to do, is more or less a time to just kind of chat with my brother and Sarah.
Absolutely.
And kind of talk about like what's going on in our lives in terms of constructive things.
I like
right?
that. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So and opening
5 minutes.
Sure. Opening that door for listeners because also it's kind of fun to interact with somebody who you're listening to on a podcast or whatever, or who your listeners.
For sure.
If they have anything to contribute. Yeah, exactly. Building community, but not something that's going to be like I don't think we're the experts on how to approach being a productive person. No. But I think we are at least a voice to maybe help people.
Let them know that there's people out there.
Yeah, right.
And for me, I'm a content person. I like content. You like content.
I like content.
You like creating content. And I think goals is a natural thing. Everybody has some sort of goal in their life that they are
My
currently
critique isn't with Goal Buddy. I just want you
Sure,
to know.
sure.
Like,
No, I know.
I wouldn't have even commented on it if I wasn't asked about it.
No, but
I don't want to feel like I'm attacking Goal Buddy Cast.
And I'm not getting that from you. What I wanted to do was just put that in maybe perspective and context, because essentially that is kind of what got the conversation started.
So, right? And I did say I tried to show, and I still struggle with that.
Sure,
big time. It's one of the hardest things for me to day to day take a what do you call it? Take account of, like
stock of.
Yeah, take stock of. Yeah. Yes. Now the other thing you're talking about though, when it comes to achieving things and experts, experts are good, but having other people that have recently gone through or are going through similar things is immensely valuable.
Yeah.
Because you can learn from each other's mistakes and successes.
Yeah.
And I think that having the community is imperative when it comes to doing that, especially if it's with people who are similar points in life that you are.
Sure. Right.
So can I ask you a personal question,
Please.
Bobby? So you aren't as vocal as you used to be. I've already said that. And you keep your goals to yourself.
For the most part.
Can I ask how you goal when you do? Now, here's the thing. I'm going to say it like this.
Yeah.
Let's say you want to sign up 20 people for the gym each month. Let's just say that's a goal. I'm not saying that's your goal. I'm just saying let's say that's your goal. Are you telling yourself not to everyone else, maybe to Liz, but just to yourself, you're saying, okay, I want 20, so I'm going to shoot for 100, because if I shoot for 100, then I know I'll probably get 20, or are you dialed in on that 20?
I take it. So whenever I have a goal, I dissect it. I take it apart backwards.
Yeah.
So what does this really mean? If I need 20 people, how many people per day is that? Okay. So when you have a business, you track things. So X amount of guests come in, and from X amount of guests, I get X amount of memberships. So really the actual number I need to work on isn't the actual number of memberships, it's the number of guests. How many guests does it take to get 20 people to actually sign up for the gym membership?
So you're shooting for 100 to get that 20.
You're shooting for however many, whatever that number would
Right,
actually be.
right.
But then you got to take count of like, okay, cool. Like, how am I going to get those people through the door? So, if each person, if it's a flyer or an online commercial or a referral, how many of those out there do I need to have in order to get X amount of guests? Okay, cool. If it takes 150 flyers, it takes $100 in Facebook ad promotion, and it takes 13 guests. Those are the numbers I need to drive in order to achieve. I'm very analytical with numbers, and I track everything, and I break everything down to the simplest possible terms that I can.
But then you also then have to think about, well, what is it going to take to produce that video or make those flyers?
Exactly.
And then it's really the small things that add up to the bigger things.
So my wife and I have a business meeting once a week on Friday, and that's where we actually sit down and we go over things and we set our goals for the following week, for the following month, for the following 3 months. I don't like, especially in the economy right now, I don't like projecting too far out. Mm-hmm. But a good 90 days is rock solid, and that's seminars, that's free seminars, that's working with the community, that's everything.
I knew I'd get your goals. I knew I'd get you to tell your goals.
So all right, so Bobby's on the book.
So everybody, thanks for listening. Got him.
My honest to goodness goals come from photography right now, because that's really like what I'm passionate about.
Sure, yeah.
But the gym is great, and I love I love helping people. But Liz is really the driving force behind the gym. Jiu-jitsu and photography are my big.
I think
things.
it'd be at some point I'd like to have you on again.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
I want to talk about prints and things like that, print production.
Dude, I just bought a brand new Canon 1000 Pro photo printer. It could do up to 16 by 22 and like high resolution prints. It's awesome.
Nice.
I got them hanging up at the gym.
Nice. Do people know you take a picture of them when they're wrestling?
I don't do that. I just got my brown belt though.
I know. I saw
Congrats.
that.
Yeah, thank you.
How long do you have?
I've been grappling.
No, stop. How long do you have time wise?
I gotta leave here within the next 5 minutes.
That's why. Okay, so give us a goal that you just accomplished.
No, yeah, I just got my brown belt. But it wasn't. It's just kind of par for the course. It just comes if you spend enough.
I'm just
time
naturally good at getting
No.
brown
If you
belts.
spend enough time, so like a black belt, from the time you start taking jiu-jitsu seriously, on average, it's 10 to 13 years.
Wow.
Before you get your black belt. So brown belt is right before black. So it's a pretty big stepping stone.
And
I'm
so
pretty excited about that.
And it keeps the momentum going. Are you shooting for your black belt?
So that's kind of another thing about goals is I'm shooting to become the best grappler I have, and hopefully a black belt is a hopefully a black belt is a byproduct of that.
So your goal isn't necessarily become a black belt; it's just being the best grappler.
That's good, because I've found that I just started doing push-ups like every day, and I haven't been doing them very, very long, and I'm already seeing results.
Yeah,
but I've made that my focus, is just do push-ups, do 20 push-ups in the morning. And what I've found is that the days when I'm unmotivated,
Shout out Edred.
When I'm unmotivated, I do 20.
Yeah.
And when I'm motivated, I do more than 20. I end up doing like 100 over the course of the day, and it's just, it kind of keeps.
That's kind of what I would do.
So
like,
wait,
do
so
as
your
many
goal-
push-ups as I can every day. That's
Sure,
kind of
sure.
how I personally.
So whether
go
you
about it.
if you feel like a dump, then you're going to do as
just
many as you can.
do my minimum,
And then if you feel great, just keep pumping
do
them
more.
out.
Yeah,
Pump and dump. I love it. That's the type of thing.
that's how bumper
That's
sticker. Pump and
Wednesdays
dump.
for you.
That's Wednesdays for me.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
That's good. No, neither can I on Thursdays.
Or Thursdays. Damn it, I got the day wrong. It's been a while.
All right, let's do a quick where you can find us, and then we're going to wrap things up. Adam, where can we find you?
You can find me online at adamkennyart.com.
Bobby, where can we find you?
BobbinLizShow.com.
And then also,
Facebook TBYL Enumclaw.
and then also,
Facebook Bobbin Liz Show and Facebook Enumclaw Jiu-Jitsu.
and then so.
City
public
Hall,
access,
City Hall on every couple of Mondays. I'll be on.
Give us your address for your business.
930 Battersby Ave.
Enumclaw, Washington 98022.
Oh yeah, this is worldwide now. Like Pitbull.
This is
worldwide.
Dude, I'm at Just call me Pitbull.
YouTube.com /Bobbin Liz Show for my YouTube.
There we go. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for listening. Send Bobby your goals. He will critique them and tell them that they're good or not.
Pass or trash episode on goals. Pass.
That's good.
You know what? That's a good Tinder. Swipe right, swipe left. No, you don't want this one. Yeah, you want this one. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great week.